Welcome, everyone, to the Let's Get Critical podcast. We are the members of Frantic Romantic. I'm here, as always, Mr. Kerosene.
Robin.
Zeke Zero.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
And this is Bella.
That's just my intro.
We are a local Los Angeles band, and we love making music. We love listening to music. Mm-hmm. And we're taking this podcast as an opportunity to introduce new music to each other and hopefully introduce it to you, the audience. Now, I'm very excited to introduce this album / band because they're a bit of a rarity. Not very many people know about them, but man, once you get on them, you're hooked. You're hooked, damn it. This is the Scottish band from the 80s, actually started in 1979, called the Cocteau Twins. Not to be confused with the Cocteau Twins, which is what I was calling them for about 10 years.
How do you pronounce them again?
Cocteau.
Cocteau.
Yeah.
Cocteau.
Like John Cocteau, who was let's see, I have some information on John Cocteau.
He was the guy with Terminator, remember? Where he was chasing him? Like, have you seen this kid?
No.
That guy.
I remember that guy.
Sorry, Jean Cocteau, the 20th century French poet and playwright. But these are twins. These aren't him.
Not to be mistaken with the Thompson twins. Or
Yeah.
the Nelson twins.
So anyway, the Scottish rock band started in 1979. They're praised for their ethereal sound and sometimes intentionally unrecognizable language of their lyrics. And they were kind of a preamble to shoegaze. Mm-hmm. The singer, Elizabeth Fraser, she will pull random words out of dictionaries. And sometimes dictionaries that are in other languages, she'll just pull random words, not knowing what they mean, and throw them into the songs. And that's why when you're listening to the album, you may have noticed that you can't understand what the hell is happening.
Que chingados dice? Right?
Dude, I thought that was just me.
Shit, that was one of my talking points.
And I'm not going to lie to you, all right? I got a little anxiety, so I take a few edibles here and there. So I, listened to this album. Yeah. I took some edibles, and I couldn't hear what she was saying. I'm like, oh, it's just the edibles.
I'm tripping.
So, yeah, I thought I was tripping.
You see Big Worm's head in the cover and shit,
I wasn't tripping that bad.
So this is the 1990 album, released on September 17th, 1990, called Heaven or Las Vegas. And the interesting thing I thought about the year 1999 was that it was a year of a lot of non-starters, a lot of failed genres. Some of the kind of debaucherous big sound of the 80s was getting very, very overproduced by 1990, and the world needs something new. Now, of course, obviously in 1991, everything would change and we'd get into alt-rock, and alt-rock would become mainstream. But this was kind of like the half measure, half step to get us there.
Because everything was very glam, right? Everything was very, like you said, super polished and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even production-wise, like the sound of albums were getting super thin and super noisy and just sitting in this weird place.
Yeah.
So general thoughts. I mean, this is obviously one of my favorite albums. I heard it for the first time in 2013. Mm-hmm. And that was right after college graduation. All my friends were leaving San Jose. And once you know it, here comes this melancholy album, Heaven or Las Vegas, to kind of soothe me in my sadness, and that's what this was for me. But I'd like to know if anyone's heard it before, and if you have, I'd like to know what you think of it.
Yeah, I'll jump in because I got introduced to this album, to this band in general, and I think it was like the summer of 2004. It was one of the first times I was kind of bandless. Like I had just had like a devastating like band breakup, like a real bad one. And me and my friend Frances Houston, mutual friend Frances Houston, you know her too.
Oh yeah, she's great.
She was in the car just riding around with me all the time, and she was in this band too. So we were kind of mourning the loss of that. And I remember I was listening to Parachutes a lot from Coldplay.
Another great album.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember she just kind of was like, hey, I noticed you listen to this a lot. And you know what? I think you should give this band a listen. She's like, I think you're going to love them. I can hear a lot of their influence in this Coldplay album. So if you like this, you're going to really like this. And she was right. She was absolutely right. And like you said, not a lot of people are familiar. You know, not a lot of people are initiated with this sound, with this this beautiful textured sound. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. When you picked it, I was like, oh, cool, awesome. You know.
Yeah. I remember you and I had maybe talked about it in passing a few times before.
Yeah.
And I also
I think when we started working on the new record, we kind of mentioned it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, like frantic romantic music. At least for me, there's a lot of kind of a lot of influence from this band. I mean, if we're talking about nonsensical lyrics,
And I was going to say it's probably because of Joseph Medina. I think he has a big. I don't know. I would assume.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, well, Victoria Trap. For anybody who's familiar with our music, the ending of Victoria Trap.
Oh yeah.
There were no written lyrics for that ending bridge, and if you listen closely, what I'm saying is complete utter nonsense.
I think I gave you a cue right when we were in the studio. I said, "Hey, there's like this Iggy Pop song where he's just like talking. Can you do something like that?" And you're like, "Oh fuck, just watch out, hold my drink." You know? Can I do it? Shit, watch me.
Let's make noises that sound like words.
Yeah,
and no one will notice.
I think I was like, "Hey, I think you said something racist in there." I was just kidding. Yeah.
So with that said, I would love to get into our bottom. Sorry, if there's any more general thoughts, though, I don't want to speed ahead.
Well, let me jump in real quick.
Okay.
I never heard this band in particular before, but I've heard the name thrown out a bunch of times along the lines with like Susie and the Banshees, and they're like, "Oh, okay, you like The Cure? They're around this era," but I've never got to listen to it, and now that I have, I'm like, wow, man, how can I miss out? It's funny, Frances never introduced me to this band, man. She did introduce me to like Portishead and Sneaker Pimps, but it's funny she never brought this up, man. And I'm kind of disappointed now that she didn't, because I would have loved this music back then too.
It's like that Pineapple Express. You got the Snickle Fritz, you know what I mean?
I
got the Pineapple Express.
Oh yeah, okay.
You got the Snickle Fritz, man. Sorry, buddy.
Oh man, yeah. But it's cool. It's almost like it's such a good album that it's kind of like I almost feel like other people that have not listened to The Cure. They're like, oh yeah, I've heard of them, but I've never listened to them. I'm like, oh, you're completely missing out. I'm like on the other side of that, you know. So I feel like a new door has been opened. Now I want to explore all their catalog
right,
like that.
Yeah.
It's funny, man. I'll tell you, I've only listened to this album, and I'm afraid to listen to their other albums because I'm afraid they're not going to be as good as this album, and I don't want it to damage my perception of them.
I call that the Young the Giant syndrome, man. You know? Yeah.
Same thing with My Bloody Valentine. I don't know if you guys ever heard.
Yeah, just the one album.
You let me borrow that. Yeah.
Yeah, I explored other things, and I keep dropping that paper. I explored other albums. I'm like, oh man, why? But this also has elements of Loveless, that album from My Bloody Valentine, which I love.
Fellas, those are my notes, anyways.
Ones you copied from me?
Bella, do you have any words?
I have never heard this album before now, and I've never heard of the Cocteau Twins before now. But I do listen to Beach House, and there's a lot of influence that I noticed. I was like, ooh, this is like the same, because they mess around with like the music and the sound a lot.
Man, you
and
just
it's
went
like,
up 10 points in my
I know.
book, man.
I'm so happy you said that.
Yeah.
Because I feel exactly the same way.
I also listen to Beach House.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
But throwing it
Mute
out
the
there,
mic.
real quick. Just throw it out there. What's the band called? Sugar Reels.
Sigur Rós.
Yes.
Sigur Rós.
They also make up words, and they have a lot of.
They're Icelandic.
Oh, my bad.
just
My bad. Never mind. I like Beach House too.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. I'm used to it. No, but I feel like when I was listening to it, I was like, wow, this is like kind of the same vibe as Beach House, which I like just love listening to like while driving, and it's like, you know, very chill, very.
We talking Bloom?
Yeah.
I fucking
Oh
love
yeah.
Bloom.
Oh yeah.
You know what? This is the way I picture it. Like someone planted a tree and like the fruit fell somewhere and then Beach House bloomed somewhere else, you know?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's how I feel. It's like
they're
the birth
so
of it.
good though. They're so good.
love
I
Beach
remember
House.
I went to go stay with Margot, my sister, in Boise in like 2016, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see this band at a bar, and you know you can come." But obviously, like it was like a bar or whatever. And I went, and it was Beach House,
That's
and
so
I was
sick.
Wow.
just
That's so
mesmerized.
sick.
They had like
Yeah.
the keyboard, and it was just there was no light.
like
It was
three
like
people, yeah,
they would
yeah.
have like the
Wow.
lights with the
Trigger.
music, you know?
Yeah.
And then it was like just like everything else was pitch black, and it was so mesmerizing. It was like amazing. I was just like, oh my God, who are they? And then she started getting me the CDs, and I was just like obsessed from there. It was just
And I'm not just saying this. I was listening to Bloom and this album at the same time.
Yeah.
Just these two were like paired for
Yeah.
me.
There's two stereos. He had them
Yeah.
both playing at the same time. No, you're
And
right.
they sync
you're
up.
right.
They
They
sync
sync
up.
up. It's like that. What is it? The
Every
Wizard of
Nickelback.
Oz?
Every Nickelback.
Every
album.
Nickelback and Wizard of Oz. That's right. Yeah.
There should be a Nickel of Oz where it's
Nickel of Oz.
you turn on a Nickelback album at a certain point in Wizard of Oz, and then it
If you want to cry. If you want to cry. Yeah.
we're sorry, Nickelback.
Sorry, Bill.
are we done?
So
we
with
know? Yeah.
No.
with that said, oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, not sorry. Throw that out there.
Are we done?
With that said, let's get into our bottom three.
yeah.
I know you were picked first in another episode. I don't know the order of these episodes yet. Why don't we start with you again?
Okay. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Bottom three? It was hard. Well, I didn't know their background. So when I was listening to the lyrics, I was like, the song names are in English, but the lyrics just don't sound like they're in English.
French
And
sometimes?
yeah, I was like, what? And there's, I was listening to it on Apple, so I was clicking the little lyrics to like follow along, and they don't have that option, And I was like going more based off of the music itself. And I would say number 3 in the bottom is Politik. Just because, that one, the music wasn't like hitting, and then I couldn't really understand what they were saying. So I was like, okay. Number 2 would be Road, River, and Rail. That one I feel just didn't really fit in the album. And being closer to the end, you're looking for something to like, how you said before, to like wrap up an album. And I feel like that one was just kind of like thrown in there. And then number 1 would be Wolf in the Breast, which I think is right before Road, River, and Rail. Or it's
Right.
like, those are like the bottom 3 right before the last song. And it was just like, you have these like amazing songs leading up to it. And then it's just like these like slow vibe. And I was just not really feeling those 3, but they're amazing. They just, weren't in my top 3. So
Yeah. Almost like they front loaded the album and then kind
yeah.
of
And I was just
diminishing
like,
returns.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By then, like the people listening were really drunk. So they ain't even tripping. They ain't even tripping by then, Oh, this is cool. Road, River, and Rail. Yeah,
Yeah.
Zeke, you wanna go
Yeah,
next?
Zeke, how about you?
Man, well, I'm gonna say Wolf in the Breast was one of my top.
Oh, really?
threes. Yeah.
Top? Bottoms, no?
Oh, my bad.
bottoms
My
first.
bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
It's all good, man.
I just wanted to throw it out there so you know, Bella.
He changed his list. He copied yours, but
He made my bottoms his top,
tops,
and my top's his bottom.
He's all, shh.
We're gonna talk about Nickelback now. No, what is Frou Foxes in Midsummer Fires? Yeah, very somber. I don't know. It just. This was a really good album. It was, right? But there's some that tug you in it. Some songs that do tug you in different directions, just a little tad. And I think this one just took a little dive, just for me personally.
Those are fighting words, man.
But it's called
I
Frou.
I didn't want to know.
And
I'm trying to be open-minded here, but
And I
I
wonder,
went out the door.
yeah.
I wonder if that band Frou Frou took their name from this.
Yeah.
Road, River, and Rail. I didn't understand what the vocalist was saying, and I thought to myself, man, these edibles are kicking in, right? So I thought that's cool, man. Just follow the vibes, right? And I really dug the vibes, but it was distracting for me. That's what it was. It was just too I couldn't get into it.
Right.
You're like, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm gonna take that as an insult.
Oh, yeah, fighting words.
And
you
even
know?
the music kind of was just like a little all over the place in that song.
Mike's song. Can't wait to say Mike.
And then I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna have to go with the title track.
Can't believe you.
Heaven or Las Vegas. Such a cool song. Such a cool song. Title track.
Gaslighting me.
I'm sorry. Dude.
I think I kind of agree with that though, because if you're gonna name the album after that, I feel like I was really expecting more from that song. It started out really good, and then it just kind of.
I agree. Yeah.
It didn't, and I was like, "Come on, your album's named after this
Yeah.
song." It's like I was like really expecting more from the title track.
But for me, it's like mid tier.
Right, it's not bottom. It's not bottom, but it is.
It was on my bottom.
Yeah, well,
Good album though. I did not hate that.
This was
album.
hard. This was
very hard.
You know? Yeah, totally.
Go ahead,
All right,
Ruben.
I'll go into mine. Okay, so first one I'm gonna say is "Pitch the Baby." I just wasn't feeling it, dude. It was like, you know what? It reminded me of like fucking being in like a goth club in the 90s, you know? Like, hey, is this cool that I'm wearing this? It's okay, right? Like I could be wearing this, right? Like the vibe just gave me that like, that very like Hollywood, this is what goth is supposed to be kind of, not really goth, but like that industrial electrical, you know, electronic. That's kind of the vibe it was giving me. And like, I just felt like it was kind of pandering to an audience a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
It's not an awful song, but I'm going to say, for me, I think it deserves to be on the bottom three, at least my bottom three. Again, Road, River, and Rail on my bottom. Just didn't do something for me. I feel like it could have been developed a little more. It just lacked a little bit of substance.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you know, like you said, it's kind of towards the end, getting there. So it didn't have the dynamics in the album, and I feel that's why it ended up on my bottom three.
Right.
And the last one is "I Wear Your Ring." I know it's a beautiful song, and for me, I'm like, what other fucking song am I going to put on my bottom three? Like I couldn't really think of anything else, you know?
Yeah.
Heaven or
Wolf
Las
in the
Vegas?
Breast was right there, man.
I know. And you know what? I felt like that was too obvious, though. I didn't really like that song too much.
You didn't?
I didn't.
You're the minority here, dude.
Feel like
Yeah, we've been minorities forever.
Don't count it too soon.
Oh.
We might be split on this.
Split decision.
Yeah. Those are perfectly respectable choices. My bottom three, Road, River, and Rail. I think we all kind of agree on that. It suffers from just not being needed on the album.
Yeah.
You can take that song off the album, and the album would be fine.
Heard it, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have much of a hook. It's towards the end, and it's kind of just like we wrote this song. We're throwing it in there so that way we can say we have
12 songs.
12 songs.
X
yeah.
amount of minutes on there for the record
Right.
label, right? Yeah.
Yeah. My next one is Ice Blink Luck. And this was more of a technical thing. This was more of like a mix thing. And it was kind of like something about the synth and the vocal combination. It's just a little bit nauseating. Like it's just a little bit too much. Especially when it kicks in the choruses. I'm like, this is like, it's just a little, I don't know. It's very much 1990.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But otherwise, the actual writing of the song I thought was great. And then Fotsy Politic.
Yeah.
Fotsy Politic I thought was just a little bit too silly. I thought it was just a little bit too upbeat and a little too silly. Like people are dancing around and having fun, Again, none of these songs are bad. This is one of my favorite albums of all time, so it's hard to like pick songs that I don't like.
right.
But those are the three for me.
Interesting.
Yeah. With that said, let's get into our top three.
Boom, chicka, boom.
My favorites off of the album, the first are tied for Cherry Colored Funk and Fro Fro Foxes and the Midsummer Fires. I think it was the most amazing way to start and end the album with Fro Fro Foxes, I was like, at first, I kind of understood what you were saying. It was just kind of like, okay. And then it just like keeps going. And it's like a, I don't know, 5+ minute song. And I'm like, when I was listening to it, I was like thinking about what it would sound like live. And I was like, this would be amazing to hear it live. And I was just like imagining the vibe. And I was just like, this is like the perfect way to have ended the album. And then Cherry Colored Funk was like, it was like the best intro. It was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
It like really sets you up for like what the album is going to be. And I was just in it. I was like, okay, let's do it. And I was ready to rock for the rest of them.
Was that the single for the album, by the way? Because it sounded like it would have been.
No, I think that was. Oh man, I don't know. I actually don't know.
I would
this.
imagine it would be like Heaven in Las Vegas.
It was one of them.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. It was Heaven or Las Vegas and Cherry Colored
Yeah,
Funk.
I mean, to me,
okay.
those are the
That
obvious
makes
ones.
sense.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But that one was
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
good.
it
Cherry
fucking
Colored
rocks.
Funk
That
is
song
so
rocks.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My second was 50/50 Clown. That one was so fun.
Hell
and
yeah.
I'm like a 50/50 clown. So it was like, this is my jam right here. You know, the words, like, I didn't even care what they said because I was just like, yep, this is my jam right here. And then my third was Ice Blink Luck. It just scratches something in my brain when I listen to it. When I listened to it, I was like, I don't know if you guys have this experience where you like go and it's the most random place. It's like a dentist office or a doctor's office and they just have the most random music.
They do.
And
They
you're
do,
like
yeah.
sitting in the waiting room or in the bathroom and all of a sudden a song
jam
plays
comes
and
on.
you're like, holy shit,
Why is that
what
on
is
there?
this? And you go to like Shazam it. This was that song for
Yeah,
me, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
And I was like, if I were anywhere in public and I heard this, I would be like, oh yeah, this is the shit right here. So it just like scratched an itch in my brain. It is a little like all over the place, but that's what I like about it is like,
Here's the thing. I think the song is amazing.
Yeah.
I think they should have just mixed it a little bit better. But the song itself is fucking
So good.
badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. When that shit happens to me, I'm fucking in a good mood the rest of the day.
Right.
If I hear a jam that I
Yeah.
fucking love, some random place, I'll be like at a fucking Ralph's.
Right.
And then I hear it, I'm like, oh, I fucking love this song. And
Yeah.
just the rest of the day, I just can't get in
and
a
I'll
bad
like
mood.
play it on repeat, you know?
Yeah,
I'll just
yeah.
keep playing it and I'm just like, this is so good.
Like, this has no business being on a Ralph's.
Do you guys ever hear a song that you've heard before, but because you're in a different environment and you're in a different mood, it hits you differently.
Yeah.
So it becomes, you see a different side of it and it becomes your favorite. You know?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
happened to me a few times, like going in the mall, I was in a bad mood and then I hear like a song come out. I'm like, whoa, dude, like I never heard it that way before.
Yeah.
And it changes your whole mood through the whole day.
Experience, yeah.
Hey man, eating a Reese's peanut butter cup in the winter and eating a Reese's peanut butter cup in the summer are like two
Completely different
experiences.
experiences.
One
yeah.
will
You know
be
what I mean?
really amazing, the other one will ruin your day.
Yeah. Oh, why did I eat this before the job interview?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird that you bring that up, man. I remember being really sick at work, and I still went to work like that, right? But I had a break. Me and some coworkers, we went over to McDonald's, and I just had a cup of coffee and a McChicken, and that, for some reason, no, it hit me in a way where like it healed me internally.
Oh wow.
Spiritually,
All the radiation
mentally.
up into the
McDonald's coffee is crazy. It's so good.
It is good.
It is very
That shit
good.
is
Yeah.
hot as hell though.
That's
If
your
it was a
jam right
hot
there, right?
coffee-
Cheeseburger and a coffee.
There's a whole science to McDonald's that like it's just perfect.
Yeah.
McDonald's is just perfect.
It's crazy. Well, it changed my whole day. I felt sick, but I felt like I could complete the day and the rest of my life.
Someone's like, "Hey, go fuck yourself." You're like, I think I will.
Good recommendation. Thank you, Nickelback.
Well, speaking of what completes you, let's hear your
My list.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear your
I have
list.
mine right here. 50/50 Clown was really good. It was really simple, but
Of course it was.
very catchy, very danceable. I loved it. It was very colorful.
It's so fun.
I'm not copying you or anything like that. I Wear Your Ring. I like that song. It was a little bit darker. I love the run-on verses that it had on it. I think it was different than the rest of the album. That was on your bad list, right?
It was.
Yeah.
You know what though? It's funny you say that because your writing. I remember we've been writing for years together.
Yeah.
You tend to love that kind of writing, and I remember I've always struggled with that kind of writing, so it makes sense that you would like that. You know.
Which is why I think, man, if I listened to this back then, it would all click because I love this music, man. I love this type of music. So it's funny that I come across it now, being the age that I am.
Yeah.
And Woof in the Breast. It's very shoegazy, and I could hear a lot of influence. Like you guys heard of the bands The Sundays?
Yeah.
No. You will now.
All right.
Shit, I'm about to change that. You know?
But I like how that song. You could tell the influence and how it changed people's way of thinking about shoegaze. And is this considered goth, man? I hear a lot of people throw this in the goth category.
It's. I would say, and
It's like,
again,
it's like the Cure goth kind of category, right? I guess.
I mean, this is speaking from someone who hasn't heard any of their other albums. I just know that they started in '79 and they went all the way to '96. And I would say if it's not goth, it's at least goth adjacent, like in the same school as like Susie and the Banshees, or Sisters of Mercy, that type deal. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
genres are genres after all, man. They can be bent and broken. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I like that. I like it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let me get into my top three. So for number one, I got Cherry Colored Funk. Perfect way to go into the record. It's got an awesome melody, really cool tones, and I think that's really what won me over. It's like all that tone, all that like saturated tone. Love that shit. Ice Blink Luck. For me, I think it's like the melody. I could see what you mean, where like the vocals aren't sitting as forward as they should in some parts. Maybe that's just like what do you call it? That's just masking, because a lot of times synths and vocals are like in a very similar range frequency wise.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, unfortunately, somebody else should have probably gave it a listen and been like, hey, turn that shit down just a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, even when we do our albums, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're like, fuck, you can barely hear that synth part. Like, if we turn it up, though, it's going to overshadow the vocals.
Yeah.
You
They
know?
needed Adam on that shit. He hears
Adam,
every
he
little
does.
thing.
I know.
He's all, hey, who sneezed? For real.
Breathing a little too close
Breathing
to
a
the
little
mic.
too close,
man.
yeah.
His bottom three would be the bottom the whole album.
The whole album, yeah.
It would be. Yeah.
He's
He's like, no, it wasn't mixed right.
It wasn't mixed right, yeah. And then I got Heaven or Las Vegas. I think it's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worthy of being the title track, but then again, an album named Heaven or Las Vegas is pretty fucking awesome, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like it really
Yeah.
just hits something. So I don't know.
It's like, what would you pick, Heaven or Las Vegas? Right?
Right.
I'd
Some
probably
might say they're
pick
the
Heaven.
same.
What's the difference?
What
right?
is the difference?
Heaven's probably got like nicer pillows and stuff. Well, you know.
No,
just
Heaven
take a
or
nice
Las
nap.
Vegas. Yes.
And maybe a little less debauchery, you know? Maybe.
No bed bugs.
No bed bugs, yeah.
No alcohol.
What do they say? It's like the best. You go to hell for the company, and you go to heaven for the
Amenities?
food or something.
Amenities.
Guest service.
For anybody who knows
Full
that
breakfast?
phrase, please in our
Please
comments
comment,
sections,
yeah.
let us know.
Amenities, yeah, I don't know.
Yes, we're looking at you, Mondo.
Yeah.
Maybe the eternal salvation. I don't know, right? Yeah.
So for you, it was
It was Cherry Colored Funk, Ice Blink Luck, and Heaven or Las Vegas.
cool. All right. For me, starting at number 3, Heaven or Las Vegas. Song feels big, chorus lifts you up, really energetic song. I feel definitely worthy of being the title track, even though it's not like it's like I don't think it's like single worthy necessarily, but it's like how the song Super Unknown is on the album Super Unknown, where it's like,
Or-
this is the sound of the album right here.
Or
This
even
is
even like Stadium Arcadium, right?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a single and it's kind of mid, but they named the album that because it kind of makes sense, I guess, right?
it's like if you were to take one song off the album and show it to the person to show them what the album's all about, I feel like Heaven or Las Vegas kind of checks those
Or
boxes.
even Celestina, right?
Yeah. Celestina.
Maybe
yeah.
not the strongest song, but it's a good representation of the album.
Victoria
you know?
Trap.
Victoria
Yeah.
Trap, yeah.
I love Celestina.
I know, I do too.
Me
It's one of
too.
my favorites.
I still have that thing at work that you
Oh,
made
yeah.
me. She made me like a little clear decal thing with like the
Oh, nice.
album cover. It's dope.
For anybody who doesn't know, Celestina is Frantic Romantic's second full-length album. And then coming in at number 2, I would say 50/50 Clown, because that shit slaps.
So
All
good.
right. I know what you mean about the clown. I feel like I'm a 50/50 clown too.
You're
You know?
150 on the other 50.
Yeah. Yeah.
Together we are 50/50.
And we're clowning around.
Yeah.
It's perfectly weird, very dynamic, awesome guitar break. There's like this guitar break at like 2 minutes in there that's just like
So good.
brilliant. And then at the very top, this is the song that I listen to. If I'm going to listen to one song off this album, it's always this song, and it's because it always gets me right in the heartstrings. And that is A Wolf in the Breast.
Yeah.
There's something
you're like,
Boom. In your face, Bella.
so melancholy.
All right, calm down.
Sorry, I don't get many moments. That's why. So I have
Something so perfectly melancholy and sad and like reflective about that song, especially when it gets into the chorus and those harmonies.
Yeah.
It just a beautiful song.
You're like,
So
things are looking up, Millhouse.
things are finally coming up.
Yeah.
yeah. Cool. I mean, again, another great album. I think it's
Yeah.
hard to pick
It is, yeah.
songs that we don't like. But with that said, I did find a negative review. It was actually a little bit hard to find negative reviews for this album, but I did find one. Okay, so this is a user review from the Music Board app. Title, I get it. 2.5 out of 5 stars. I get the appeal. The vocals are amazing, but the production in the mix is so bad that the vocals have to be god tier to make up for it. Everything sounds super thin. Some tracks just sound like white noise. I don't know. No strong feelings for this. And then he rated a few different things. Lyricism, 8 out of 10. Production, 7 out of 10. Mix, 2 out of 10. And then he said, best track, Cherry Colored Funk.
It wasn't wrong about the cherry colored funk part,
Right.
but I don't think production was thin, in my opinion.
See, I actually agree with this review.
Yeah.
I could see there's validity in it.
Yeah. If there's one weakness that I have for this album, it's the production of the album. But that's just me.
Yeah. It's I guess I always I give a few points of forgiveness when it comes to older records, right? Even records from the 90s. Like I remember being a kid and listening to Master of Puppets, and they had a disclaimer on the back. It's like, this was made with the technology of its time. So I always kind of forgive that, right?
Yeah.
There's this thing that was called the War of something, the something sound. Joseph would always talk about it. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but in production, there's not a lot of dynamic anymore. Like dynamics have been lost.
Yeah,
And
I
you
agree.
look at the audio, and the audio is this big fucking solid thing when they master something, and it's like it loses something. So for me, I think you could pick a lot out. So I guess maybe that's why I'll forgive that. But I mean, it's not wrong necessarily that the production suffered, because there's some things that probably lacked a little bit. It would feel a little more lightweight.
Yeah.
I feel exactly the same way as far as like, that's where they were at that time. And I think it adds on to the aesthetic of the band. Kind of like the Iggy Pop Funhouse album. I don't know if you guys heard that one, right?
Oh, yeah.
I listened to it. I'm like, man, this is awesome, but it's very low quality. You hear it and it's like, it's shitty mixing basically. But you hear the fire in Iggy Pop's vocals, and you hear the musicians just jamming away, and I'm just thinking they're just using what they got, and despite all of that, they're putting it out there. And sometimes you think, man, should they re-record it? Should they redo the whole album? But I think
You lose the magic.
Yeah.
you'll lose that magic of where they were. It's almost like taking a photograph and it disintegrates over time, right? But you could still see it and appreciate it for what it was.
Is this a Nickelback reference, dude?
You got to take a look at that photograph.
No.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I had to.
Yeah.
But that review is probably written by Adam, I think.
Shitty mixing.
I'm
Gave it
gonna
away.
throw this out there. I've always wanted to go back and just do a real rough album, like not super polished. And it's hard because our shit's pretty polished. It kind of has to be because there's so many things going on. But there's a beauty to making like a real, like just straightforward, not a rough draft, but like a first draft, you know, or maybe a second draft, you know? I think there's something cool about that, something exciting about that, you know?
You guys are all perfectionists, though. It would be really hard to like
Yeah.
have
You know, let me tell you something.
draft
the
even be rough.
The first
you know?
Skyway album, I spent an insane amount of money redoing that album, fucking like 3 times. Like it was done, and my perfectionism was like, I need to redo all of this, and I did. And later, it still wasn't that good. Like I listened to it, and I'm like, fuck, the musicianship was shitty all over it. You know, it just was. You know, there was a lot of things that needed to be fixed, and I was in such a budget crunch that I was like, well, this just needs to come out. And then years later, I can listen to it and be like, that's beautiful though. That's where it ended up.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You know?
I mean, all albums and all songs, you know, from the time that they're conceived to the time that they're put out and when people hear them and when they are able to tap into something, which I think all pop music or professional release music is, tapping into the zeitgeist, right?
Yeah.
It all is just a snapshot of when it was made.
Right.
And I think, you know, just relating back to this album, you know, me being critical about the mix, like I will stand by that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is also an interesting look at that time, at 1989 through 1991 and kind of where we were at when it came to how people were mixing stuff. So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
I think that being someone who is from a generation where the music today kind of sounds like shit, I can appreciate even the rough parts of this album because it's still good music, you know? Whereas today it's like, there's just like, you could have the best mix and production because technology is so advanced and it just be shitty music.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like, if those are the only complaints about the album, like
That's okay.
I'm happy, right? I'm happy with it because it's a great album. The music is great. The lyrics are great. You don't have to understand them to like still appreciate them. And yeah, I'm like, I love this album.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, with that said, this has been another episode of Let's Get Critical. This is a podcast by the band Frantic Romantic. We make music, but we also love music, and we also love music, sharing music with each other.
And hot moms.
We love hot moms.
For the audio listeners, Bella's wearing a hat that says, I love hot moms.
Who doesn't?
You can find us on our YouTube channel, our Frantic Romantic YouTube channel. That will be the video feed for this podcast. But you can also find us on the Let Me Listen Podcast Network, which is a much bigger network of podcasts. And there's a lot to be listened to on that. So definitely check out the other podcasts there. You can find it on Spotify, on Apple, on Deezer probably. But until next time, please leave us comments, leave us questions, recommend albums. We're watching. We're looking for your recommendations. We will see you next time on the Let's Get Critical podcast.
Let's Get Critical is a part of the Let Me Listen Podcast Network. You may find all Let Me Listen podcasts on such websites as Spotify, Deezer, SoundCloud, and other streaming networks. You may find more information about the band Frantic Romantic by visiting franticromanticmusic.com, as well as our social media platforms. We're always posting information about concerts, new music, and more. So please visit us, reach out to us. Let us know if there's any albums you'd love for us to review. Until next time, this has been Let's Get Critical.